I have cats on my wall. Hi everyone, this is my very first YouTube video, so if you have by some random chance stumbled across this video and you haven't already moved on to something way more exciting, thank you. A little bit about me. I am an American expat living in South Korea. I came here 2.5 years ago talking about finding myself and blah 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 blah. In reality, I was having this ridiculous like midlife existential crisis, about to be out of my 20s, blah 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 blah. But this turned out to be so much more. So the first week here, I cried almost every day. I was convinced that I'd made a terrible mistake. I couldn't talk to anybody. I couldn't go anywhere. I got funny looks, you know, the foreigner walking down the street. I lived off ramen for the first week because I could just go to the convenience store and give them my card and I didn't have to talk to anybody. But after a while, I started to adapt. I got settled into life, and as a side effect, I got so much healthier unintentionally. And so I already knew that I was overweight. I'm 5'1", and at my heaviest when I first came to Korea, I was well over 200 pounds. I was almost 210, 209, 210, depending on the day. But at that point, I had always lived what I thought was an active lifestyle. Back in the States, I rode horses, I played roller derby, but there was no doubt I was definitely heavy. You know, things were hurting that shouldn't have been hurting, and even though my doctors said that I didn't have any issues, I knew that this wasn't how I was supposed to feel in my 20s. I didn't actually feel totally great, but I didn't feel bad enough to do anything about it. But coming to Korea, I realized just how sedentary I had actually been. I didn't have a car anymore, so I was taking the subway and walking everywhere. And Korea is like one giant stairmaster. There's stairs everywhere. I lived on the 4th floor of a walk-up, no elevator. All the problems, the little things that I had in America got so much worse. But it worked out. Not having any other mode of transportation other than running to catch the bus or getting on the subway, I actually lost my first 15 pounds. After that, I began fluctuating between crash diets, losing 10 pounds and then gaining 15, losing 5, you know, gaining 20, then losing 20, you know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it was just not healthy. And it was frustrating, and I couldn't deal with it. But finally, last May, my mom, who also has struggled with weight, you know, a lot of people in my family have struggled with weight, so my mom included, told me about this thing called the egg fast. And that's kind of where this journey began. I didn't really think much of it. I thought that it was going to just crash me into something else. But in the end, it kind of threw me onto this keto journey. Now, I know there are a ton of weight loss channels on YouTube, but none of them really ever addressed people like me. Those of us who have weight that they could safely lose if they wanted to. When I say people like me, I mean those of us who have a little weight to lose, you know, probably less than 100 pounds, but they aren't big enough to really have a place in the plus size community. At my biggest, I was a size 14 jean and was still told that I didn't have a place in the plus size community. A lot of people told me, oh, well, you're not big enough, you're not fat enough to really have a voice. After losing almost 50 pounds since coming to Korea, I have about 30 more that I want to lose, and then I really want to work on, you know, being my best. I don't want to be a bodybuilder. I just want to be fit. I want to be toned. I want to be healthy. And so I felt kind of that I needed to make this for all of us who are averagely fat, trying to go to averagely fit. But no matter what, and no matter what part of this journey that you are on, you are completely deserving of above average self-love, above average respect. Your opinion is just as important no matter how big or how small you are. If you want to keep watching my face, and I really hope you do, type a comment, hit like, and subscribe below. My hair's gotten frizzy. Typhoon hair. Wanted to look presentable, but I guess the weather had different plans. We're already frizzing out over here. See you next time.